Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our June Medicare Monday here with the Area Agency on Aging District 7. And as always, I'm joined by my friends, Jody Roberts with the Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol and Amber Cupp with the Ohio Senior Health Insurance Information Program. Happy June, ladies.
Yes,
Yay!
happy June and the weather. Oh, lovely.
It is. It's here. June's here. The hot weather's here. We've been waiting for it, so it's here now.
Yep.
So if you're new to joining us for Medicare Monday, we hop on here once a month. I have Jody and Amber with me, and we kind of talk beforehand to determine what we're going to talk about. And so today we thought it would be really good to talk about how to sign up for a Medicare.gov account, how to do that, why it's important, and the benefits of signing up for that online account. So I'm going to start with Amber, who's going to talk a little bit, and we have some slides here that give you some screenshots of the actual website so that you can see what that looks like and get a visual. But she's going to walk through with us the importance of signing up for that account and how to do so.
Yeah, so it's a great idea to sign up for a Medicare.gov account. You know, at one point or another, everybody ends up using Medicare.gov, or maybe someone assists them in using Medicare.gov. Whether you're looking at your prescription drug plans or whether you're looking at your Medicare Advantage plan. So it's a great idea to make an account. So we're going to kind of show you what the beginning of that process looks like. And then I'm going to go through just a couple of key reminders. So when you're on the Medicare.gov website, when you type it in, this is, the screen that comes up. This is their webpage. And then at the top right, next to that chat button, is a button that says log in or sign up. On this homepage, it has all of this information about kind of how to get started with using Medicare.gov. Medicare.gov is a fantastic website, so many resources, so much fantastic information, but it can be kind of overwhelming. So, if you're navigating this process, you can always call OSHIP and we can help you navigate this website. And then there are also people within the AAA 7 that you can contact and get assistance with this. So anyway, when you go to create an account, you can click that button, log in, create account, and then it'll take you to another screen where it's asking you to pick a way to verify that you are who you say you are. So if you had a Medicare.gov account prior to, these requirements, nothing has really changed with that. So if you've already got a Medicare.gov account, you can continue to use it. If you're creating one now, you will have to basically prove your identity because, you're using this account to kind of make changes to your Medicare if needed. So they want to make sure that you are who you say you are. So if you can either use id.me or clear or login.gov, and these are considered ways to authenticate your identity. You'll have to click one of those three options and then it'll come up with instructions on how to go from there. Sometimes you might have to submit photo identification along with, the creation of your account login. Sometimes you can send in a selfie of yourself or something like that, but it'll walk you through that process. It can be kind of tricky if you're not computer savvy. So, reach out to the people that that might be handy with computers, or you can call us at OSHIP and we can help you with that too. One thing I did want to note here is that in the past, a lot of couples, like married couples, have a shared email address, right? That way, whenever you get an email, it goes to the same place, together. With this new system, you do have to have a separate email address per person. So if you're creating one now, you won't be able to have two Medicare numbers associated with an email address. It can only be one, which I know can kind of throw a wrench in things. Okay, is that the end of our screenshots?
I think that's good. Yes, that's the end of our screenshots. So Jody, let's talk a little bit about some of the reasons why you would want to sign up online for this account and some of those benefits, especially when we're talking about trying to prevent scams and being proactive.
Absolutely. So, like it or not, the world has become increasingly digital, and we see things like our online banking, A lot of insurance or utilities give us the option to do business through online portals. And there are some benefits. With Medicare.gov, where you get 24/7 access to information. You have a question, it's an abundant resource where you can pull down the Medicare and you book. You can look for providers. You can do a search of various facilities and see where they rank as far as how they score in terms of quality. And some of that information is available without an account, but some of the additional benefits from having an account, it allows you to store prescription drug information. So when you have that annual review of drug coverage, your data is in there. So it helps pull the information that is relevant to your situation. But perhaps most importantly, it allows you to see your claim statements in real time if you are on original Medicare. You have access to see what claims are being submitted under your Medicare number. Now, we're all familiar with those pieces of paper that say this is not a bill, right? And that's what we're talking about, those Medicare summary notices. Those used to come out only once every 4 months. This year, it's every 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
6 months is a long time for fraud to be happening on your account before you are even aware that it's happening. So with a Medicare.gov account, you can access, usually from what I have researched, it's about 24 hours from the time of your doctor's visit to that claim is visible online. And you can get email alerts as an extra notification that something has been processed under your Medicare account. So those are some of the pros to having an account. Now, let's talk about some of the obvious challenges. First, there's the learning curve.
Sure.
Right. And I think we all get that fatigue of here's another platform. Here's another thing that I have to watch for and get familiar with. And like in that same vein is the scam risk.
Mm-hmm. So sure.
If I'm using a digital platform, if I'm getting emails, how do I know that it's safe?
Right.
And so stressing that .gov, it's Medicare.gov, not Medicare.org or Medicare.com. It's Medicare.gov is so important. Those extra layers of verifying identity that are already in place also help support the safety of the user.
Very good point. And one of the questions we have here, actually, lots of good information and extra information from some of your coworkers, Jody, there with Pro Seniors. But one of the questions was, how can I tell it's a government website? So you've answered that. So very good to note that again.
Yes. Very important information to know is that .gov. And then if there's something else, like if you go to Medicare.gov and then you're looking up plan summary, there's going to be that backslash with the page that you're going on.
Sure.
But that .gov is your deciding thing. And you just want to watch for those sneaky URLs that people may try. And when in doubt, go to your known source. When in doubt, if you get an email and you're like, I don't know if I should click on that link or that file, don't. Just go to the known website.
Mm-hmm.
Click that and go into your portal, and it will show you any notifications or information that you need.
Good deal. A couple other items here from your coworkers, Jody. Great information is bonuses for this is 24/7 access to my Medicare details, which is a great bonus for signing up for this account. Keeping all my prescription details in one place that will help when I evaluate my options for Part D coverage next year, which is a great point.
Exactly. Yes.
And then
so item I do want to point out, I know not everybody who sees this, is going to be sold on going digital.
Sure.
There can be, some barriers as far as not having access to strong internet or computer or a smartphone for it. And for some, the comfortability level just isn't there. So you
Right.
still want to be aware of ways to track your medical appointments and
Mhm.
compare it to your Medicare summary notices when you do get them in the mail. So I do want to point out that we offer a pen and paper version of a healthcare tracker that anybody can contact us. And I know at the end of the presentation today, you will provide our numbers. And this has got the old fashioned pen and paper, your doctor visit, the date, the provider, any services, how long you were there, right? Because that's something they look at, and notes. And then as you get your statements, you can check mark that was indeed a service that was provided. And these we offer for free. We'll send them in the mail if you want one.
Sure, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, Jody. I was going to bring that up. We take those to our events that we go to, and promote them as just that. It's for you to, because sometimes it's fresh in your mind after that appointment. You can write all that stuff down. I'm not going to remember that 3 months from now what those details were. So that health tracker is so important. It's easy for you to just jot down all that information and have it and compare it with your Medicare summary notice, so that if something is off, then you can call our friends at Senior Medicare Patrol, and have them assist you in looking into that further.
Absolutely.
Another point here we have too is to be careful to hover over a link to make sure it's really the website that you think it is. So that's a good point as well, to do that. I know technology can be scary, but it is the way now. It's the way of the future, and it does have a lot of wonderful benefits. Having that information sooner than later, I think, is very beneficial for folks to try to prevent scams, fraud, and just to keep up on all of that within your Medicare.gov account.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, anything else you'd like to cover today? I think this was great information. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to give any of us a call. I will toss some numbers up here. So we have the Pro Seniors Helpline, which is 800-488-6070. Pro Seniors, Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol is right there with Pro Seniors. So Ohio SMP Senior Medicare Patrol is 1-800-293-4767. And then we will toss up the OSHIP number here as soon as I can find it. It's 1-800-686-1578. Lots of websites, emails. Feel free to contact any of us if you have any questions whatsoever. We're always here to help and assist you and answer any questions or concerns that you might have. So, ladies, we will see you next month. We'll determine what we're going to talk about in July, but it's been great to have you as always. We've been having a lot of viewership on our Medicare Mondays, which is fantastic. And so we enjoy bringing information to you every month. As always, you can watch this on the playback. We also have a YouTube channel now, so you can watch these forever. They usually go away after 30 days on Facebook, but on YouTube, they're staying forever. So please continue to watch us, ask any questions, and please don't hesitate to reach out to us for assistance. So we will see you next month for Medicare Monday. Until then, stay safe and healthy. Take care.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.